Hey everyone, and welcome to the update of my hammer levering and wrist strength training protocol. I now do this twice a week, and I have deprecated the things that I was using before with hammer levering. I don't really use these monstrosities anymore. So this is a PVC pipe, 4-pound sledgehammer, it ends here, and a 5-pound adjustable dumbbell plate. Nor do I use this guy, normal construction sledgehammer, 8-pound, with some thickening of the grip. So the reason I don't use these is, even though I was able to lift them to the same angle, I was losing consistency of the grip doing so, meaning my pinky and my other fingers were opening slightly. Now what I'm looking for to have a consistent, exactly the same feeling of pressure in all parts of the grip, and absolutely no movement in any of the bones of the fingers relative to the handle. I literally try to imagine I'm holding a gun while I'm shooting at speed. My grip wants to be consistent. Like, it needs to be consistent 100%. It needs to be exactly the same. So now all I use is just these two guys. The simple 8-pound dumbbell and the small sledgehammer, 4-pound from Walmart. Without going into a lot of a detail or why this changed, I had a lot of inflammation, mostly from dry fire, but also from the strength training I've been doing. The things I do in the gym, still with dumbbells, are kind of the same, but for targeted wrist, fingers, grip, I only do these things. So not only I have drastically reduced the length of the handle and the weight on it and just decided to focus on form instead, I also limit myself no more than 2 workouts a week. And sometimes I feel like I'm already overdoing it. So starting even once a week should be enough to work on the things. The protocol is as follows. We do full side at once. So all the exercises on one side and all the exercises on the other side. The first exercise is a warm-up from Spinal Flow Yoga Protocol. The 2 warm-up exercises combined together. So I basically do the bicep curl with rotation. So it goes from natural grip angle, rotated palm towards me, and off this position, I push while rotating, but there is a little trick to it. So once I obtain the grip on the dumbbell, I hold it exactly the same, really nice solid grip. Not like 100% or 120% when I start to shake, but very close to it. Basically, I imagine this is a gun. This is kind of very similar to draw motion, but instead of drawing in front of me, I'm drawing above me. Start natural, rotate, bicep curl, palm towards the chest. Out of here, extend and rotate the other way. So palm is going to be facing to the right side if I'm doing this in the right hand. But when I do it, the grip is already set, and I do it in one motion, and I lock it at the end. And I look where I'm drawing to. So I simulate literally this. So now my shooting platform is there. So with this dumbbell, I basically simulate establishing a shooting platform, shooting in the air. 16 times. After that is done, 16 wrist curls, actually 32, sorry. 32 wrist curls, 32 extension. 24 is the target number of reps, I would say. Kind of gives you a little bit of a burn, but not much to actually get tired yet. Basically, we're going for form. We are not going for hardcore training or killing ourselves. So once we're done with the warm-up, we go to the hammer. The hammer are 4 motions: ulnar deviation, radial deviation, pronation, and supination. And once the exercise is started, you hold it there. You don't want any bones move relative to the handle. Just keep it completely static, like it's one piece now. If you can't, decrease the handle. Concentric, 16 times. Lock at the maximum load. Isometric dynamic, 16 times. Instead of letting it go, you're preventing it from going forward. Very controlled motion. So 16 concentric, 16 isometric, the recipe for deviations. Now we go to the pronation supination. What it changes for me is if I hold this naturally, not locked, but naturally, then I can rotate kind of at the elbow or just the wrist. But once I go Glock grip, now I rotate almost at the shoulder. So try to set this all up static and rotate only at the shoulder. I'm not sure if it really helps the arm, but it's just additional dynamic isometric load for your weaker fingers. So they try to be opened up, but with a little bit different direction. So not a biggie. Here we basically just do 32 max with 24 target count. And now we go to the last exercise. Now this one benefits a lot from the wrist angle, because I cannot really lock the wrist angle. Well, I kind of can, but it kind of feels weird, so I don't do it. But basically what I do is, while I'll rotate, I will lock the wrist forward. And that should work some weird muscles inside on the inner part of your elbow. It's really weird. 16 to 32 max, with 24 being the target load. And to be honest, I go to like 24 and I'm like here. And it feels like you're drilling in. Remember, it's an exercise that meant to build your strength over time. And you don't want to create any injuries or increase inflammation. So this is the new protocol. Start with a dumbbell. I use 8 pounds. Fake draws. Perfect static form. Perfect grip. Go to the hammer levering. 2 deviations, then pronation, supination. Again, perfect grip, target count 16 to 32. With deviations, we do it in 2 blocks. One is concentric movement at the wrist, and the second is isometric work at the wrist. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps.